There are a set of facts that accompany LaFayette Head. One is that he was the first lieutenant governor of Colorado, and another is that he was part of the Knights Templar. But evidence about who he was, what he did, and how he is received in history remains for the most part a mystery. Sat down with Adams State professor Delphin Weiss and asked him about a couple things about LaFayette Head and his business and his legacy here in the valley.
I'm open to whatever. Like I said, I'm not necessarily an expert on LaFayette Head.
Yeah.
But I got a decent amount of information on him.
Cool.
So.
What's it been like buying LaFayette Head's former property?
It's been curious to say the least. It's currently not a house per se.
Really?
Well,
just a piece of land.
There's no running water. There's no electricity. There's no gas to it.
Oh, wow.
So because of that, it can't be purchased as a house. It has to be purchased as land with improvements. But it's been a fun experience, to say the least. Going through the records and trying to figure out how big this thing actually was is insane. I don't know if you've seen the sandboard maps.
I actually haven't.
Do you want to see them?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, this place was massive. Currently, there are two buildings. One's like almost 2,000 square foot. The other one's maybe around 1,000-ish, maybe a little bit less. Originally, it was somewhere in the range of 18 to 20,000 square feet.
Wow. That is amazingly big for that time.
Yeah. Come on, get in there. So what we're going to be looking at is the 1890 Sandburn map, which is a fire insurance map. So this is the current house right here, the main building, and then a smaller ancillary building. This is what it used to look like in 1890. This whole structure was the placita for LaFayette Head. And so internally there was space for cattle or sheep or whatever they needed to protect. But then also inside you can see they got a blacksmith and wagon shop, some sort of maker, carpenter, boarding house. Later on this becomes like a granary and storage areas all throughout here. Let's see. Yeah, it's massive. It's massive. Awesome. Let's go see 1885. His mill is right over here next to it, which is still on the property.
So you purchasing that as well?
Yeah, so as far as the map goes, it's this plot of land, basically the square piece to the east, and this triangular shaped piece right here to the west. He becomes the Indian agent for initially the Jicarilla and part of the Utes, but then it switches over to the Utes. Okay. And so that's where in Conejos he runs the agency out of his house. So this like basically the first reservation system in Colorado that's based out of Head's house.
Yeah.
And from what we understand, it's quite likely that Chief Ure, before he became chief, was actually his interpreter at the house. I also journeyed out on a cold San Luis Valley morning to Antonito and Conejos to look at LaFayette Head's grave site